Hi, I'm Terry and I'm nuts about stamping. I'm back today with another Sundays with Sizzix project. I'm going to show you how to make a really cute and very funky birthday card using your Big Shot and some free celebration products. I'm going to start off with my card base. It is crushed curry, and I have cut it 8.5 by 5.5, and I've scored it on my Simply Scored at the 4 1/4 mark, and that is going to be my card base. The next thing I'm going to do is bring in a piece of Sweet Sorbet Designer Series paper. This is one of your free choices during celebration, and I've cut this at 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm going to use my Big Shot to cut a window out of this layer. So I've got my magnetic platform, bottom standard cutting pad, I've got my Sweet Sorbet Designer Series paper, and for this project I'm going to use my banners framelits because they cut out really cute windows. So I have chosen 2 different sizes of the banner framelits. One fits right inside the other. And I'm going to cut a window out of the center of this Designer Series paper, like so. Put on my top standard cutting pad, bring it just a little bit closer to me, and then run it through your Big Shot. I'm not done with my Big Shot yet, but I have my window cut out like so, and I'm going to set this aside for now. And here's a really cute scrap piece that I can use for another project. I'm going to set this framelit aside, and I'm going to bring in a piece of Whisper White cardstock, and I'm going to stamp a phrase on the Whispered White cardstock, and then I'm going to use my next size down banner to cut it out. For the phrase, I'm going to use the stamp set Really Good Greetings, and it's this phrase that says, "Finally, a day that is really all about you." I've pulled that phrase out already. I'm going to mount it on clear block D, like so. And then to stamp it, I decided, since one of the predominant colors in my Sweet Sorbet cardstock or Designer Series paper is black, I'm going to use some jet black StazOn. I'm going to ink up the phrase. A larger phrase like this, I usually ink with the phrase up so I can see exactly where it is inking and how it is inking. I'm going to stamp it down sort of in the center of my scrap Whisper White cardstock. And then I'm going to bring back in my Big Shot, and I'm going to die cut the phrase out. Same sandwich, magnetic platform, bottom standard cutting pad. I'm going to put my phrase on it, my banner around it. Now you can center your banner either with the phrase at the top or the phrase at the bottom, however you like it to be. Run it through the Big Shot. Whoops. Let me bring it a bit closer to me. I put a piece of paper on my table to protect the table, but it sure slides easily with the Big Shot on top. All right. Now I'm done with my Big Shot, and it is time to assemble my card. So I have the Sweet Sorbet Designer Series paper with the banner cut out of it. But before I attach it to the card front, I want to do 2 additional things. The first thing is I have some Sweet Sorbet. It's an accessory pack, and it's got this really cool ribbon, and then it also, the accessory pack comes with some other embellishments. So I'm going to choose a corresponding color here. And I'm going to just tie a little bow. Usually when I use a ribbon to tie a bow or a knot, I try and leave it right on the bolt so I save myself as much ribbon left over as I possibly can. I find if I tie it, if I cut it off the bolt, I end up cutting off too much. Let's see. That's about right. I've got my ribbon cutting scissors. Cut that off. Done with my accessory pack. But before I adhere this, I just want to make my bow a little bit smaller. There. Before I adhere it on the card, I want to actually bring in another piece of the Sweet Sorbet cardstock, and I want to adhere it to the back of the larger piece. So I'm going to bring in my snail adhesive and put some snail around the window and then attach the secondary piece inside. Doesn't have to be perfect, but since it sort of has the raindrop shapes on it, I want it to be as vertical as possible, like so. Then what I'm going to do to attach it to the front of my card, I'm going to use Stampin' Dimensionals because I want this layer to have some lift. So I'm going to put some Stampin' Dimensionals in the 4 corners, one in each corner, and then maybe I'll put a couple in the center so it doesn't sag in the center. Take the tails off. Then it'll be ready to adhere. I think I have one more. Okay, there we go, like so. And then the last thing I want to do is I want to add my phrase in the center window. And I'm going to do that by using 2 more Stampin' Dimensionals. And my birthday card will be complete. This would make a great masculine birthday card, or it would make just a funky card for somebody who's really artistic. For a complete listing of the supplies and the measurements that I used to make this birthday card, please hop on over to my blog, www.nutsaboutstamping.com. The great part about this card and the products I used is several of them are free. You can get them free by a qualifying order for Celebration. I'll have more information about Celebration over on my blog so that you can make a choice of the products you'd like so that you can earn some of these for free. While on my blog, don't forget to subscribe to my customer newsletters. They're free and they come out each month. You can look at lots of other sample ideas, you can ask me a question, or you can look at my virtual and online clubs. I'm Terry. I am Nuts About Stamping. See you next time. Bye for now.